We go everywhere in twos.
Your research
Supposed
clearly
to be
speaks
for
for itself.
protection.
You're intuitive and you're making sane suggestions.
Just a breath of air.
And you're facts. No one cares.
Over the last decade, television has begun rewriting what it means to be a woman on screen. No longer just supporting characters or symbols of fragility, women in contemporary drama series have emerged as fully fleshed out protagonists. Messy, self-aware, violent, nurturing, funny, and afraid. This video explores how streaming series have complicated femininity through visual style, narrative structure, and character development. By focusing on The Handmaid's Tale, Big Little Lies, Fleabag, and Killing Eve, we'll examine how these women are constructed as unstable, defiant, and emotionally layered, moving beyond stereotypes like strong female lead or damsel in distress. Through close analysis of framing, voiceover, and emotional labor, this video asks, are these characters truly empowered or just performing empowerment? And what does that tension tell us about how femininity is imagined and policed on screen today? In The Handmaid's Tale, control is embedded not just in the story but in the visual grammar itself. June's face is often captured in tight, suffocating close-ups, her expressions framed by shadows or through barriers like windows or curtains. This visual surveillance mirrors the narrative reality. In Gilead, women are watched at all times, by the regime, by each other, and by themselves. Even her silence is hyper-visible. In Big Little Lies, the surveillance is quieter, internalized. Celeste's therapy scenes are bathed in soft light and shallow focus, evoking warmth and comfort. But the camera lingers too long on her bruises, aestheticizing her pain. Her vulnerability is framed like a portrait. These smooth, almost elegant shots hide a brutal truth. Violence isn't just inflicted, it's made to look acceptable. In both shows, the female body becomes a battleground of tension between beauty and trauma, exposure and control. Framing doesn't just show what's happening, it constructs the emotional architecture of femininity under pressure. Voiceover is one of the most intimate formal devices in television. It allows us to hear what a character might never say aloud, but in this series it is also unstable, self-conscious, and deeply performative. In Fleabag, the fourth wall is more than a quirk, it's a coping mechanism. Fleabag turns to the camera to maintain control, to offer sarcastic commentary, to dodge vulnerability. Her direct address is not about truth, it's a mask. As the cracks in her life widen, her sides grow faster, more desperate. Eventually, her carefully crafted performance starts to fail, and the viewer sees not just her wit, but her grief. The Handmaid's Tale uses voiceover very differently. June's internal monologue is her only space of freedom. Her thoughts, layered over scenes of control and ritual, become tiny rebellions, a parallel script running beneath a totalitarian regime. But her narration is not always coherent, it rages, flinches, withdraws. In both cases, voiceover becomes a fractured self-narration. These women are telling us their stories while also unraveling. Their voices shift tones, funny, bitter, furious, numb, revealing that femininity is never fixed. It speaks, cracks, retreats, and resists all at once. In Killing Eve, femininity is theatrical. Villanelle wears it like a costume, bright, exaggerated, absurdly glamorous. Her outfits are not just fashion, they are tactics. She switches from seductive to childish, innocent to unhinged, all in service of control. Her emotional detachment is masked by the over-performance of feeling. As viewers, we are seduced by her style but constantly reminded of the emptiness behind it. In Big Little Lies, the performance is subtler but no less exhausting. The women of Monterey perform calm, capable motherhood while managing trauma beneath the surface. Celeste hides bruises under designer clothes. Madeline juggles guilt, infidelity, and the need to appear perfect. Jane, haunted by the violence of her past, tries to raise her son while fearing that something might be inherently broken in her. Each woman performs emotional stability for the world, even when unraveling inside. Emotional labor, apologizing, soothing, smiling, is relentless. These women absorb the emotional needs of others while quietly falling apart. As Judith Butler argues, gender is not a stable identity but a set of repeated acts, a performance shaped by social expectations. Here, femininity is not a natural state, it is an ongoing performance. Sometimes it is a weapon, sometimes a prison, but always it is work, and in that work the cost is visible if you know where to look. Across these dramas, femininity is not a stable identity, it is a performance shaped by pressure, pain, and expectation. Whether it's Celeste quietly managing her abuse, Villanelle turning charm into manipulation, or Jane unraveling in search of truth, these women carry emotional burdens beneath curated surfaces. As Rosalind Gill argues, post-feminist media often presents women as confident and in control, but only if they maintain emotional discipline. That tension is everywhere here. June's whispered rebellion, Fleabag's broken jokes, Jane's silent breakdown. According to Amanda Lotz, post-network television finally made space for complicated female leads, and yet even now their complexity is often smoothed through polished aesthetics, paint framed beautifully, chaos edited cleanly. All these characters portray more or less what Negra and Tasker call the coping woman of austerity culture, expected to endure quietly, to carry trauma with grace. And as Levine reminds us, style is never neutral. The tight close-ups, fragmented timelines, and soft-focused compositions all shape how femininity is imagined, fragile, performative, always under watch. These aren't simply stories about strong women. They reveal how strength itself is constructed, demanded, and sometimes gently broken.